Hello and welcome to the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast, where we are encouraging the everyday mom to pursue her dreams and discover her own greatness. Hey cool mamas, this is Sheilah and you are listening to episode 20 of the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast. Hey girl, hey! How are you? How are you really feeling today? Well, I hope you're feeling good from the inside out. And if you're not feeling very good today, I'm sending all good energy and thoughts your way and hoping that you'll feel better soon. And knowing that it will get better soon. Well, it's episode 20. We are in our 20s here on the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast. And I am super excited that I've made it this far. This podcast started as a curious thought in my mind, something that I just really wanted to do. And it eventually turned into one of my most treasured hobbies. Each episode that I do is created with love and good intentions, and I hope you love it just as much as I do. So, I have a quick question for you, Mama. Do you have a hobby? Do you have something special that you do in life that brings you joy? Something that you would do even if you never got paid to do it? If your answer is no, or if your answer is yes, but you just haven't done it in a while, this episode is for you. I want to encourage and inspire all moms to do something that is just for them. For those moms that have a hard time having fun by themselves without their children, I want you to know that having fun is your right and not a privilege. We all should be doing it. So today's episode is all about hobbies. And I want to share 3 quick reasons why you should have a hobby. So let's get into it. Number 1, they are huge stress relievers. So as a mom, we are taking care of everything under the sun, giving every part of ourselves to everyone all day, every day. Being superwoman all the time and never taking a break for your own sanity and well-being can be very dangerous to your mental, your physical, and your emotional health. Now, think about all the superhero movies that you've seen. All of them must take their capes, their uniforms, their costumes, and they have to take them off and recuperate at some point in the day so that they are prepared for their next mission. That's what we need to do as moms. Take the cape off sometimes, think about ourselves, and do something that brings us joy. Having a hobby can give you some time to take your mind off the big and small stressors. If I could talk today. Good Lord, stressors that have been taking up a lot of headspace for you. To be honest, sometimes even when I am partaking in one of my hobbies, my thoughts are still swarming. And depending on what I'm doing something that stimulates my mind, like when I draw or when I'm writing in my journal, it gives space for me to think through some things. It can allow me to make sense of whatever may be stressing me out. So if you've been considering starting a hobby and you need a good reason why, because I think we should always have a good reason why we're doing something, a stress reliever is definitely a good reason why you should start a hobby. Okay? Number 2, It helps you to discover your true, authentic self. The one thing that I enjoy about having hobbies is that it allows me to discover more about myself that I didn't already know about. I have learned more about myself through my personal hobbies than I ever have. I saw a quote by author Kristen Hanna about self discovery that I totally agree with, and I want to read it to you. Finding your passion isn't just about careers and money, it's about finding your authentic self, the one who you've buried beneath other people's needs. Did that hit you a little bit? Because I know as moms, especially, we can find ourselves buried beneath other people's needs all the time. Other people being our children, right? It's only at the point in time that you decide to make your needs, wants, and desires a priority that you find out who you are truly. Who are you authentically? Having a hobby gives you space and time to learn more about what you're good at, which are your strengths, what you're not good at, which are your weaknesses, what can you get better at, and what you like, what you dislike. The list goes on and on. What's important to remember is that your authentic self is constantly changing. Who you are before you had children, before you had children, is most likely different than who you are today. I'm almost sure of it. I may not know you personally, but I know that we evolve and change as people. So it's impossible for you to be exactly who you were when you had a child, especially because once you have a child, they change your life completely from the first day that they come into the world. So it's important to always stay in tune with your inner self often so that you stay in the mode of learning about yourself and who you are becoming every single day. So with that said, having a hobby is a great place to explore and discover more about yourself. So if you need another good reason to start a hobby, that's another one for you. Discover your true, authentic self. All right, number 3. It's something that is just for you. Doesn't that sound good to your ears? Something that is just for you. I know it does for me. Now, how many times as a mom have you felt like you needed something that was just for you? Think about that. Sure, being a mom is beautiful, rewarding, and priceless. No argument there. I think we can all agree that that is true. But there are just times when you want something that is just for you. Take me, for instance. I have a husband. I have 3 boys. And I'm the only female in the house. So not only am I a mom, I'm outnumbered. So having something that is just for me is super important. So have you ever had a snack and went into another room just so your child would not hear the wrapper and come running to ask for some? If you haven't and your child is a baby and you haven't made it there yet, oh, it's coming. Or have you ever gone to one of your favorite restaurants while you were out by yourself and threw away the evidence before you got home so that no one would ask you about why you didn't bring anything for them? I know it's not just me, because that is me for sure. We deserve to have something that is reserved for us and only us. Having a hobby gives you that opportunity. And girl, let me tell you, it is a beautiful thing. A hobby not only gives you something fun that is just for you, but it gives you time that is just for you. And I know that you want some time that is just for you, and you deserve that. And how often are we complaining about needing time for ourselves? I know that is probably on the top of my complaint list. And I got tired of hearing myself complain about it. So I made some time for myself and had a hobby. Got a hobby for myself. So those were the 3 quick things. I told you it would be quick, about 10 minutes in. Those were the 3 benefits. Now that we have a few reasons why having a at least one hobby can be beneficial to you, let's talk about how to start a hobby and just some quick tips. So, is there something that you've always wanted to try but never have? I want to encourage you to try it. Don't wait another day. Even if you don't try it tomorrow, do some research on it. That's a great place to start. Don't concern yourself with the thoughts of, what if I'm not good at it? Go into it with enthusiasm to learn and discover more about yourself. And if you don't have a clue where to start, search online for free creativity classes. You would really be surprised how many free classes there are out there. Do some research. Google is your best friend. If you haven't announced Google as your best friend yet, you need to, girl. Google is your best friend. We all know that Groupon has a ton of good activities that we all can just dabble in to see if we would like it or not. So definitely do that. And most importantly, don't make it complicated. And I might just be talking to myself, but I know I can't be the only one that makes the most simple things complicated. Don't make it complicated. Just have fun and go with the flow. Allow the time that you spend having fun with yourself to develop into something new and exciting, a new and exciting hobby. And once you find a hobby that interests you or an activity that interests you, make time for it to become your hobby. Remember, we make time for the things we want to make time for. If you want to make time for it, trust me, you will make time for it. Even if it's once a month, it can still add a huge amount of joy and enrichment to your life. So that's what I have for you today on just why hobbies are beneficial. I hope that this was good for you. I hope that you learned something new. I hope that it just reiterated something that you had already been thinking. And that's episode 20. So if you could please subscribe on Apple Podcasts if you have not already. Please leave a review. Please rate, give us 5 stars if you feel like it has been beneficial to you. But I just really want to ask you guys to just leave a review so that other moms understand and know why this is maybe a good podcast for them to listen to. While we may not be for everybody, I just want to make sure that we are reaching the moms that could really use this information. So I really do appreciate every listener's support. I may not see you, but just know that I appreciate you wholeheartedly. And if you have any questions, need any advice about parenting as you work on your own journey, if you have any podcast topic ideas that you would like to throw my way, please email me at keepyourcoolmama@gmail.com. I love you guys. I thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Before I let you go, seriously, before I let you go, please subscribe and leave a review with 5 stars if this podcast is inspiring you and helping you to grow. Let's spread the positivity so that we are visible to other mamas out there trying to find her own greatness. And if you need some advice or guidance regarding your own personal growth while tackling motherhood, please email me at keepyourcoolmama@gmail.com. Love you guys.